Today we're taking a look at Tarot Landscapes. This is a deck created by Francesca Mattioni with illustrations by Yoshi Mari. Now this deck I've had for about 3 weeks now. It is coming up to be released on March 5th. Yes, I know I have it in my hands already. It's not because anybody sent it to me. I bought it. I bought it at a bookstore. They had it out already. I don't know if they were supposed to have it out or not, but I bought it there. So it comes in this hard box with a little drawer, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the drawer because if I'm stocking or keeping my deck, stacking it up like this, when I go to reach for it, this is what's going to happen. So the bottom is going to stay there, the top is going to come out. So my only option is to stack it like a little drawer, right? It's nice because it really protects the deck. Everything is in here. It's not a big package. So in that sense, it's really nice. It's just, I don't know, it's just a lot of steps because then you have the box within a box. And this little tuck box, it's pretty darn good actually. And the book fits right into the drawer. So as you can see, I take the guidebook out and I take the deck out. So it does fit nicely. Maybe I'm just being a little bit too picky. I was thinking maybe I would store it just within the tuck box because the tuck box itself is really pretty and it's well made. It has like little coating on it. So I don't think it's going to easily get messed up. So I don't know, we'll see. So let's go ahead and share the deck and the guidebook with you. This is the guidebook. It's a nice little proper book. It has, let's see how many pages here. Does it say? It has 122 pages. It's a nice little guidebook. So as you open the book, it has the contents, which are easy to see, easy to go through. I went through and tagged a few things that I wanted to share with you. I don't think I'm going to share all of it with you just because I would be here forever. And I've recorded this like 2 or 3 times and something keeps happening. So I'm hoping that it's just going to go well and I can get this video out finally. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. All the majors have a full page color picture of the card. It has a full reading, and each card has 2 keywords for the positive, 2 keywords for the negative. Within the minor arcana, we have a small picture of the card and a smaller or more condensed summary of the reading. And again, still 2 keywords for positive, 2 keywords for negative. At the beginning of the book, it's just a little bit about the deck, gets right into the majors and the minors. And then at the end, it's all about reading and interpreting the tarot. So she goes into saying that she really wants you to trust your intuition when it comes to this deck. She wants you to step into this landscape. So step into it, journey a little bit, have a moment with this deck. And I like this deck, and I'm finding that I'm really liking decks that require a little bit of time on my part, a little bit of attention. There are decks that I have that are specific, like I need a quick read. These are the decks that I go to for that because these are quick. I know exactly what that particular card is saying to me. But there's times where I really want to slow down. I want more of a meditative practice, and this deck feels that. So within the guidebook, it has laying the cards. So there are just a few spreads here, and that's it. It has a little note on the pictures, but the pictures themselves are absolutely, seriously, they're stunning. They are so beautiful. These are the back of the decks. It's a nice, soft palette, and it's a calming palette. It makes you feel like you're outdoors. I don't know, it's really, really just pretty, and I can't even say anything anymore because I've already said all of these words in the video that I thought I was recording that I didn't record. These are not in order because I've been working with this deck already. I did film a walkthrough already in a previous video that I recorded about 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to go ahead and slip that in right now so you can see the flip through, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about the deck. We are living in an age of crisis and wonder. Many of us only get to know the world when faced with the real possibility of losing it, or of losing our place within it. As a world will always find a path to rebirth, nature regenerates and takes nourishment from death. Species go extinct to be succeeded by others. Although through drastic transformations, it is not just about our survival as human beings. It is a complex system of relations in which we are merely one of the many players, in which plants, other animals, mountains, and waters have a profound say, even more so than we do. This deck, if you read that first sentence, then you quickly realize what this deck is all about. So this is one of those decks where it's calling you in to be within this landscape, to take part, to be one of the keepers of the earth. Now, when I first brought this deck home and when I first took a look at it, some of the cards were very easy to understand how and where they related to your standard RWS. Some of them required a little bit more. So we're dealing with landscapes and with animals and with the cosmos, more of a liminal space in some of these. Every card has just such beautiful, beautiful landscape. There is not one card within this deck that I thought, oh, I really don't like the art. There was not one at all. It's a really beautiful, beautiful deck. And when combined with the guidebook, it is, quite honestly, a pretty amazing deck. The way that the guidebook is written, if you love landscapes, if you love nature, if you can relate that idea of nature taking place and how we work through things within our life, it is just beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and just paraphrase a section here within the guidebook. She said she wanted to create together with the artist Yoshi Mari a deck of tarot cards that was inspired and dedicated to the landscapes, alternating the lands and the elements that she knows and loves so well, with others from various places on our planet and even beyond. The creator further states, I have not placed any distinction between the major and the minor arcana. Each card is a special land and none have been designated as a well-ordered garden. There is always an element of magic, a nod to the wild, to the savage strength that reclaims our soul. It is absolutely beautiful. She does state that there are two exceptions, which are the Wheel of Fortune and the World, because she wanted them to represent fate and our birthplace. So I'm just kind of paraphrasing here for some of the things that kind of stood out to me within the guidebook. There's a few more, but I'm not going to read through all of them. One thing I want to point out is the cardstock. So the cardstock is a little thicker, and I don't know how to distinguish whether or not a deck has a core or not. It feels very cardboardy. Now, if you are familiar with the Midnight Magic Tarot, this is what I relate the cardstock to, and I want to show you how similar they are because if you look at the overall height of the deck, I would say that the Midnight Magic runs just slightly thicker within the cardstock than this. So it makes it a little bit easier to work with than the Midnight Magic. The Midnight Magic I love. I love this deck. I think it is beautiful. The art is gorgeous. Similar here. Beautiful, beautiful art, very earth-based, very earth-centric. One of the things that are similar is this whole tipsy thing here that both of them have. They both get very crooked. I do not bridge my cards because I don't know how, but, and every time I've tried, cards are just flying everywhere. I do a little bit of a shuffle for the cards, but I don't bridge. And I'm not always doing that kind of a shuffle just because it kind of hurts my hands when I do that. They're not huge cards. They're a little bit larger than your standard RWS, as you can see, just a little bit bigger in size. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck though. So even with the idea that the cardstock isn't exactly my favorite, the actual images within the deck and the guidebook, exceptional. Beautiful, beautiful deck. I really enjoy it. So I do have a couple of pairings for this deck. So let me go ahead and share these with you. The first one is the Eternal Souls Oracle by Annalie Figueroa. This has a very beautiful combination. The color palette is very similar, and it's a very peaceful read within these two. This deck is not something that I use a whole lot with other tarot decks, just because it's such a beautiful and emotional deck that I kind of just, this is one of those decks that you pull at night to end your day, or maybe you have a quiet Sunday or time where you're just sipping on some coffee and just want to pull a few cards and journal a little bit. This deck is perfect for it. But I do love the combination of the overall art and the overall messages that I've received from this combination. It is really, really pretty. Beautiful, beautiful combination. So let me go ahead and show you another deck that I've been working with. This is the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck. I love this deck. I think I've said it like a million times. I love this deck so much. This deck, again, has that beautiful, soft art. The images of the people are not definitive. They're a little bit soft. The facial structure or the facial images within this deck of the humans involved are soft. And so it carries a very peaceful feeling and a very earth-centered reading together. Beautiful, beautiful. I really like this combination as well. And then let me show you my favorite pairing so far. So my favorite pairing so far is the Roots and Wings Oracle deck. I know they have a mini, I don't know. Anywho, this is the one that I have. I don't need to be spending more money on stuff that I already have. But this is the Roots and Wings, and this combination I absolutely love. I love the whole color scheme. I love the softness. I love the overall earth-centered, joyful, beautiful guidance that is received within this combination. This has been my favorite so far. And I do like the overall white space within the oracle, because when I lay my cards out, this is actually how I read. So my oracle is right in the middle, and then I put my two, because usually I'm doing a three-card spread. So my two tarot cards are on the side. So this is not just for show. This is actually the way that I do read with my 3-card spreads that I do on a almost everyday basis. I really love what these two have to offer. Really, really great. So this is the Roots and Wings. And then there's one more deck that I really like with this, and that is the Narrative Alchemy Tarot by Chrissy Bentley. These two, oh my goodness, it is so, so beautiful. I really love these two together. So you not only have this overall beautiful message within this deck here, the Narrative Alchemy, because what I'm doing here is I'm using it from an oracle standpoint. So I'm taking this keyword and then opening up with the tarot and combining this beautiful, beautiful message. I really love The space, again, that you're getting from this deck that allows you to kind of continue to journey in to this landscape, to pathwork. I love it. I love the combination of these two for those reasons. I just think it's such a look at that. Look at how pretty it looks. It's beautiful. It is really, really pretty. I really love this combination. Now I do have a couple of other landscape type decks. So I have the Majestic Earth, and again, a very, very different type of read, a very different type of landscape, because this is based on landscapes, but from paintings. So it's a very different type of read that you get from those two. And then this here is the Tarot of the Great Outdoors. And to be honest, I got it in, and I would say that it was like fall, but I haven't really worked with this deck too much because I just felt like it had more of a spring type vibe. I will probably bring this out in the fall, but as you can see, a very, very different take on the tarot than the tarot landscapes. Now the next deck that is somewhat similar as far as landscapes or overall tones are concerned would be the Spacious Tarot. I think that there's an overall feel as far as the art is concerned, but there's a few more different elements involved, and this is a little bit more pippy within the minors, where the tarot landscapes is fully illustrated in every single card. And as she stated earlier, there's no distinction between the majors and the minors. She kept with the flow. So if you've been looking at this deck and maybe you want to save a little bit, this might be an option for you. But the readings here are really, really good. I still love my Spacious Tarot. I still think the Majestic Earth is a masterpiece. And like I said, I really haven't had a chance to work with the Great Outdoors, but those are my comparisons as far as landscape type decks. Now, here's my call to action for everybody, because as you can see, I have a few decks that I feel would work well together. Look at the moon. Oh my goodness, that is just so beautiful. Jeez Louise. I feel like there's more decks out there that I could probably pair up with this tarot deck, and I just don't know what they are. So I would love it if you could suggest to me some other oracle decks that might pair up nicely with this. I don't want to leave this walkthrough of this deck without reading you at least one of the cards here. So we're going to go ahead and focus here on the Two of Pentacles. A trunk acts as a bridge between two separate banks of the rock while a ravine opens up below, excavated by a river. A raccoon crosses it, holding an egg, its probable dinner, in its paws. Within the landscape of the Two of Pentacles, everything is precariously balanced, yet stable. The trunk does not break, the underlying water does not stir, the rock does not collapse, and the raccoon advances in its place. You can put the resources and skills to good use, managing more than one thing at a time. Always remember where you want to go and what you want to leave behind. The positive keywords are flexibility and adaptation. Negative are disorganization and chaos. So as you can see, even with something that you might not think as you look at it, what the heck is that about? Once you read the guidebook, it's so beautifully put together. I think it's just a wonderful, wonderful deck. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave your comments below about any other decks that I could pair up with this. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you later.